Welcome to the Spurs 9501 podcast. From Kane to the Lane, the final say on all things Tottenham. Here are your hosts, Steve, Ray, Cam and Jam.
Everybody, welcome back to the Spurs 9501 podcast. I've got two very special guests with me today. I've got BC from Singapore and I've got Zach from Canada. We're just building the Spurs community, so we want to bring these guys in and get them introduced to you, let them, socialize their platforms and what they're doing. So what I'm going to do is ask them to introduce themselves and explain how they became Spurs fans. So let's start with you. Welcome, BC. Welcome to the show. Give us a quick intro on how you became a Spurs fan.
Yeah, hi. Thanks, Ray, for actually inviting me to the show. I'm very glad to be here. So a bit about me as a Spurs fan. So basically, unlike a lot of my peers who started watching Spurs because of 91 FA Cup and all, I started 94 after the World Cup. And sadly, for my English fans, it's because of a German. So because of Klinsmann, I started supporting Spurs. So from where I'm from, I'm from Singapore. Most of the fans here are United or Liverpool fans. So being a little bit of a rebel myself, so I like, screw this. I'm going to be a Tottenham fan. So, from there on, I grew to love Spurs, and I even started a channel for Spurs. And also, I've been a fan since 94, seen ups and downs, more downs than ups. And that's a little bit about me. So if you guys want to find out more about me, go to my channel.
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll be putting all the social media platform links for Spurs Nation and everybody into our description. So please, guys, check it out. Subscribe to their channel. They've got some really good content in there. So, Zach, let me come to you, buddy. Tell us where you're based and how you became a Spurs fan.
All right. Hey, everybody. Name's Zach. I'm from Goderich, Ontario, Canada. I've been a Spurs fan for about a decade now. So that happened back when I was in college. Honestly, it branched out from the FIFA video game. A lot of my roommates were playing video games all the time. FIFA was one of them. I was always a football fan. So I decided to jump in and play. And to be fair, one of my buddies picked Olympique Lyonnais. And I had to pick a team with similar star level. And I picked Tottenham. And Gareth Bale, Luka Modric, Chorluka, like all those big names were on there at the time, and I started winning games. Wow. So I stuck with Spurs, and then I started watching games, and they came to Canada. What year was that? 2014, maybe. They played against Toronto FC, and I'm not far from there, so I went to that game, hooked, line, and sinker at that point. So each year I'm getting more and more into it. And finally, just before this whole COVID nightmare, I was able to go over to England and actually watch a game. I saw Spurs beat Man City 2-0 at the new stadium. And that was just the pinnacle. That was the bee's knees.
Amazing.
And
amazing.
There's no going back.
No. It's amazing. It's the best stadium in the world. I've been there as well. It's an amazing stadium. So before we start, I just wanted to talk about the main topic at the moment in the UK. Is about Conte. BC, do you want to give a quick overview of Spurs Nation and just about Spurs fans in Singapore, etc., so our viewers can know about that?
Oh yeah, Spurs Nation is a Facebook group, but also I link it to my personal YouTube channel as well. So Spurs Nation is basically a community for Spurs fans in Singapore and in the region. And recently we have ventured further. So friends from all over the world has been joining us, commenting. Even my good friend here, Zach, I have to wake him up at 8 a.m. to attend my show at times. So much. So for Spurs Nation, we have been we basically now what we are doing is watch alongs. So we'll get reactions to the show, and then sometimes because Zach's connection is better than mine, you'll see Zach celebrating, and I'm like, what's happening? So a little bit about Singapore Spurs. Spurs Nation is also an official partner of the official Spurs supporter club in Singapore.
Okay.
So, and this year we are actually celebrating our 25th anniversary. So for all you Singapore-based fans who are not members of Singapore Spurs yet, join us, hook up with us. that sounded so wrong. Link up with us, and Singapore. I would say surprisingly, there is a lot of Spurs fans in Singapore.
Yeah.
I remember 2 years ago. 2 years ago, they came down for the ICC.
Yeah.
We beat Juve. I think we beat Juve 3-2, and Harry scored a goal from halfway line against Szczęsny. So the
Amazing.
whole,
Yeah, I remember that. I do remember seeing that. Yeah, very good.
And then it was very it was a very, I would say it was a very life-changing way, because I managed to get a golden ticket to meet the players themselves.
Wow, that's amazing.
So, I had autographs of them and all. So, and I was even making fun of Christian Eriksen. So that time he was still having his contract problem.
Yeah.
So I was asking Christian. So he came over. I was like, "Are you gonna sign the contract or not?"
And what did he say?
So he's like, "Oh mate, not this. Come on, let's take a photo."
Which means no, really, didn't it? It meant no.
Indeed, no. So surprisingly, the players are also respectful. Even Sunny, I sneak in a Korea jersey to sign as well.
Oh,
So
wow.
we are not supposed to have two items to sign. So I have Spurs jersey, of course. So I sneak in a Korea jersey for my Korean friend. So he was so obliging. He's like, "Man, no worries, bro. No worries, bro." So he's made the signature, but the most memorable one will have to be Coco Lamela. All my friends know I'm a fan. I don't know why, but I'm a big fan of Lamela. So he was doing some Argentine, some Spanish interview. So he had the mics on, and of course he was doing the photo bombing thing with Gaza. So he was going away. I shouted, "Mi amor, Coco!" Which I love you, Coco. So he ran over to me. I had a trading card for him to sign, and of course on the jersey. And then after that, he took a photo. He ran off. So the fans all around me was cursing and swearing at me. "Bro, he left after you." I'm like, "It's not my fault, man. It's not my fault."
No worries.
These players who you think are very cocky and all, they are surprisingly.
They're very down to earth, aren't they? They're very friendly people. I think I get training there. So listen, guys, I wanted to talk to you about the hot topic, which is Antonio Conte, really. We've got some recordings of some interviews that have happened online. I just wanted to play with you, get your comments. So the first one is from a guy called Julien, who works for ESPN FC. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. Let's see listen to what he's saying about the current update with Antonio Conte.
Well, talks have continued today, Kay, between Daniel Levy, Antonio Conte, his agent, everybody involved, and they're progressing well. I think they're getting closer to finding an agreement on the length of the contract, the wages, the staff, etc. All the details that you have to sort out before announcing a manager. But it looks that it's getting closer and closer now for Antonio Conte to become the new Tottenham manager.
Let's come to you now, Zach. What's your thoughts about that?
Well, to be able to bring in Antonio Conte would be pretty legendary as well. He's one of the top managers out there, and it would really make a statement for our club based on the last three managers we had. Obviously, there was a lot of speculation about Pochettino coming back too. I never thought that was going to happen right away. But if Conte can be part of this club and he brings in all of his staff, I mean, he just won a championship in Italy. So it'd be exciting. I think the players will respect him, and it'd be a chance for maybe Kane to rethink if he's even thinking about leaving, because I don't believe any of that either. But maybe a different conversation for that. But
exactly. Yeah.
I would be very excited to bring in Conte.
Okay, great. BC, what's your thoughts on that?
Conte, to be honest, I've been hearing so many news about so many different managers that are linked to us that I've almost given up on following. But Conte, it would be a coup. It will be such a big catch for Conte to come. Like what Zach said, he just won the Serie A, breaking, I think, Juve's 9-year consecutive.
Yeah.
And then, and also another thing about Conte, he's a proven manager. He won the EPL before, and he has a point to prove. He didn't leave Chelsea on a good.
No.
So he has a point to prove. And about Kane, from what I know, Kane will not be leaving this season, at least for this season, because for obvious reasons. Number one, whoever wants him have to shelf up 150 million at least. That's it. Number two, for Kane, he's not really after silverwares. Of course, silverwares will be good, but he's actually after this one record, the Shearer's record.
Yep.
Yeah, so the only place that he will go is definitely City.
Yeah, I can't see him going anywhere else other than City.
But if you notice, Pep doesn't use a striker like Kane. So I don't think Kane's... It's not because that Kane loves the club or whatever, or because he believes in the project, but that's the reason nobody can afford him at this point of time.
Yeah, I think so. With the pandemic and all that, people don't have money. But not all the commentators think this would be a good thing. I mean, I think we're in agreement. It would be great to have Conte. He's a proven winner. He's done it before. But not all the commentating. Listen to what Craig Burley, he's ex-Chelsea. Listen to what Craig Burley had to say about this.
I think this is a marriage made in hell. I really do. And I tell you why. Not because Antonio Conte's not a very, very good coach, because he is. But he is one of the most demanding, impatient managers in European football at the moment. He's successful, but he kicks and screams, and he has public outbursts, and he is super high maintenance. And when he doesn't think that he's getting what he wants, then it's a boxing match. I mean, probably even more so than Jose Mourinho. So unless Spurs are going to do a full 360 and start becoming this big spending Tottenham, I don't see how this marriage, if it happens, is going to last.
Interesting thoughts there. Interesting thoughts from Craig. BC, let's come to you first, then I'll come to Zach. Do you think Craig Burley's got some very valid points, or what do you think about what he's saying?
Honestly, I do not really know too much about Conte, but what Craig said makes sense. And from what I read, from what I heard, from what I know, if he comes, he probably have an agreement with Levy that you need to do this for me, you need to do that for me, I need this, I need that, I want this, I want that. So probably have a shopping list ready, a to-do list ready before he signs on the dotted line. So if he is to come in, I'm pretty sure that won't, whatever that Craig Burley was saying won't happen, because he already will have a to-do list before before even sign the dotted line. So I don't think that will happen, because if that happens, you can hire any manager and give him a infinite checkbook, whatever you want. So I think Conte will be, I think he will still be a very good signing for us per se. He's Conte after all.
Yep. Okay, Zach, what are your thoughts about Craig Burley saying that, Conte with Tottenham, marriage made in hell, he's going to want money, Tottenham don't have money. What do you think about that, Zach?
Well, every manager has their own style. And again, I have, like BC, I haven't really heard that much about him, the way he acts. But for his status right now, absolutely he'll have his demands when he shows up. But I think the players will respect him immediately, having seen what he's done in the past in the Premier League and in Serie A. But when it comes to finances, I'm sure that we'll sign a few players that are key this season. We have no choice. We do have European football, be it the third tier. I'm excited. We could become the first champions ever. Let's do it.
I love your optimism. I love your optimism, Zach.
Of course. I'm all in with the club these days. Like, I got nothing else going on. Mwah! So I've been in lockdown over here in Ontario. I'm still on lockdown. So at the end of the season, I didn't miss a game. So just kind of cemented everything in. But when it comes to Conte, I'm very excited. He's going to be able to get to the players. I think he's going to be more strict than Mourinho. Like, I don't know that he was strict. He was having trouble in the interviews, and I think Conte will have more fun with it that way. So, a proven manager. It's just exciting because the caliber of people we're bringing in now is on the level where we should be. So it can only go up from here.
Yeah, I think an important thing also, guys, is Fabio Paratici, who's the director of football, is apparently coming together. Previous managers haven't had that sort of bar between them and Levy, if you like. So at least this guy's sitting in the middle and can manage Conte upwards and manage Levy downwards. So hopefully that should be a lot better. Do you agree with that, BC?
Totally. I always thought that Spurs, if you want to do the continental way, you need a director of football. And we used to have director of footballs. They were doing very well they were doing not too bad for us. And so I would say getting a good director of football is important, because then Levy just need to make the final decision. He don't have to go and look for players. From what I know, players have been offered to Pochettino and Jose, not by his scouts, but by Levy himself.
Which is wrong, I think. This guy, I don't know if you know him. He's by training, he's an accountant. He's a money man. He has no idea about football, and he should just leave that to. He's very good at business. He's built the stadium and everything. And so, at the moment, he should just stick to that. I'm getting a bit of feedback, guys. Is there somebody? I'm getting some feedback on the sound.
Everything's good here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
No, I'm getting some. Can you hear
I
me
hear
now?
a little whistle. I can hear you just fine. Yeah.
You try to mute us.
No. I'm getting some feedback coming back from somewhere.
Oh yeah, you try to mute us individually and then you see where the sound coming from.
I've muted myself. I'm still getting the feedback.
You try muting me.
I can't mute you. Let's just 1 second.
I think I can mute myself.
It's gone now.
Yeah,
Can you
can
hear
you
me?
hear me?
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone now. I think it's. Zach,
Yeah.
put it back on. No, it's fine now. Okay, I'll just edit that out.
There's no other background noise in my area right now.
Okay, fine. I forgot what I was saying. I'm still coming back now. So yeah. Zach, tell us what you think about Conte coming with the director of football. Is that the best way forward?
Absolutely. Up until now, we haven't really had that middleman, right? And it's always been so frustrating with signings because it's either so last minute,
Yeah.
or we just sign a couple players that we have no idea who they are or what their capabilities are. We don't who are they? Yeah. So, of course, there's a lot of players out there. There's a lot of skill levels out there. I'm sure players could fit in, but we want players that can make an impact right away, and players that would excite the likes of Kane to play with. Yep. So someone, I don't really know. Like, we could get into what we need, but
yeah, we'll get into that. We'll get into another one. I just want to concentrate on Conte this one. Let me play. Daniel Levy made a statement saying that we want to bring in somebody who's going to play attacking football, who's going to, build a project and also bring young players through. So out of those three, Conte only does the first one, which is attacking football. He doesn't believe in projects because he's normally somewhere 1 or 2 years, and he doesn't hardly bring the young players in. But let's see what Frank Leboeuf, the ex-Chelsea player, had to say about Conte coming to Tottenham. Let's have a listen.
Choice of Conte simply doesn't match with Mr. Levy's comments. He wants to use the academy to make that club better. Where, remember why Conte wanted to leave Inter Milan? Because he didn't have the money to buy players. He likes to buy players, talented players, experienced players, and he doesn't give a stuff about young players in the academy. It's not his thought. His thought is to win the Premier League if he signed for Tottenham, or maybe the Champions League after if they qualify. He doesn't care about a long-term project. He wants big money. He wants big players, which is not the case for Tottenham. They don't have the money. Kane wants to leave. So if Kane stays, how are they going to get the money to buy other players?
Well, that's an interesting thought from Frank. I mean, he's forgotten to say that we've got players that we want to get rid of that we could probably get about 100 million for, and then we could easily get the money. But what do you think about? Is there a mismatch, BC, between what Daniel Levy's saying and what Conte provides? Do you think there's a mismatch?
I would say if everything is true, and of course there's a mismatch. But all I got to say is this: these pundits, I would say nowadays they are not very credible in a way, because they are just saying things to get views, to
clickbait,
to get hits, to get views, to get whatever. So I would just take their comments with a pinch of salt, because these are people that have been insisting since day one that Kane wants to leave. Kane's representative have not said anything. The club have not said anything. Kane have not said anything. As a matter of fact, Kane was on the overlap. I think it's called the overlap with Gary Neville recently, and even Gary said this. He didn't know where in the show that Kane said he wanted to leave.
Yeah.
If you have watched the full show, the full interview, Kane didn't say anything about him wanting to leave.
No.
When there were even people saying that he wants to play with De Bruyne, he wants to go to City. No, the question was, who do you think is the best player? He said De Bruyne. So people just link up 1 + 1 = 2. That's one thing. And I'm a long-suffering Spurs supporter. If Conte is to come in and win the league the next season, leave the next season, I'll say thank you so much. You are a hero.
I think
100%.
all of us would agree with you on that 100%, BC.
Yeah.
But what's your thoughts, Zach, on what you just heard from Frank Leboeuf? There's a mismatch between what Levy's saying to everybody and what Conte can bring. Do you think that's valid or not?
Well, everyone can have their opinion, right? And he doesn't sound like a Spurs fan.
No, he's ex-Chelsea, so he's not a Spurs fan, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So they're going to be biased. And for the views, for the clout, it is what it is. We're all excited. Like if we get in Conte, if Kane stays, we're all excited. I think he's got a lot of those records to break still. Like he wants the Premier record. He wants the Tottenham scoring record. I think he's very close to that.
Yeah.
And I think he can take the England record too. So imagine, I think if you're moving around teams, different players, you might not have a good first season at City, even how solid they are, having the best players. And another thought that others might not think about, he's got a young family. Do you think that his wife's just going to want to move across the country or overseas? I doubt it. Yeah. But if Kane stays, I'll be ecstatic.
Yeah. But let me ask you, Zach, and then I'll come to you, BC. He hasn't won anything at Tottenham. Last few years, we got to the Champions League, we got close. But the guy wants to win stuff. If he can only win that outside of Tottenham, would you begrudge him and move away from Tottenham?
If he could only win.
Well, he can't win. We haven't won anything for 13 years. We don't look like we're going to get close to winning anything. So if he wants to leave to win Champions League and Premier League and FA Cups, do you begrudge him? Would you hold anything against him? Because most fans here say if he wants to leave to win stuff, we can't argue with him because he's not going to win it at Tottenham with Daniel Levy and the way he's doing things. What do you think about that?
I'll admit in the past, players that have left for greater things, Bale, Kyle Walker, I was upset with that. But did I begrudge them? Maybe momentarily. Do I think that if they believe that that's what's best for them? Yes. It's just fine if they go to follow their own dreams, right? So that's what we all have to do in our life. It would hurt. And I think I'd be upset, but I wouldn't hold it against them for long.
Yeah. Okay, great. BC, I mean, look at, Kieran Trippier's won La Liga now. People have won stuff. Kyle Walker, would you begrudge him for leaving to try and win some? Berbatov, Sheringham before they had to leave to win stuff?
I will say these players that left, apart from maybe Kieran and Kyle Walker, we are talking about Berbatov, Sheringham and all. That was the time that Spurs was not challenging for anything at all. So we have to understand this when commentators are saying that you will not win anything with Spurs. Let's set the record straight here, Ray and Zach. We were fighting for titles in 2 seasons. One was lost to Leicester, one was lost to Chelsea. Are those not league challenges? We have went to a Champions League final. Is that not a chance to win a silverware? We have been to multiple semi-finals. We have been to Carabao Cup finals. We have been to so many finals and so many challenges. At the end of the day, it's the players that didn't show up during the finals, during the semi-finals. And we have an ex-manager who doesn't care about the local knockout competitions.
But isn't that the whole point, BC? That we've come so close, but we can't get over the line. That is the whole point about the club.
No, it's not about I don't think it's about the club. It's about the players' mentality.
But the players are the club. The players that got to second, the players that got to the final, they are the players in the club.
So, and unfortunately, our good friend Kane didn't show up whenever that happened.
He's not showed up. He didn't show up in the Carabao Cup final. He's not been. I don't know what the issue is. Maybe it's an issue with Kane himself.
Definitely, we don't know what's happening, but to say that we are not challenging is rather unfair to us. Yes, we are choking in the finals, no doubt, but to say that we are not challenging is rather unfair to the club, to the players. But if he is to leave us to try to win something, at least go to a club that guarantees you something. Like
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
if you guarantee something,
well,
you go to the Uniteds or
No.
whatnot.
But the joke here about Pochettino, he came third in a 2-horse race and he came second in a 1-horse race in France. So that's the joke in Pochettino.
Exactly.
But Zach, what do you think? I mean, any further thoughts on the Kane situation? What does your gut tell you? Is he going to stay or is he going to go?
Well,
Or does it depend on Conte coming?
I'm pretty sure we won the Carabao Cup in the last couple of years.
No.
Or sorry, the Audi Cup.
The Audi Cup. Yes, we won the Audi
Pre-season.
Cup, yes.
Hey, there was some big teams in that tournament, okay?
Yeah. No, I know you're joking, Zach. Well, anyway.
No,
But no,
but
do you think, what does your heart tell you? Do you think Kane's going to stay or is he going to go?
I always think he's going to stay. My heart does think that. And when it comes to all those big games that we've lost, it's always a 50-50 chance, right? We're just getting the losing end of that, the heads instead of the tails. But one of these games, if we keep making it to finals, we're going to win one of them at some point. And I think just 2-3 key players in key positions, and we can start to improve again, because 7th is not where we want to be.
Yeah.
We want to be consistently top 4. We want the Champions League. So I think this upcoming season under Conte, I think that's a major goal. If we get Conte, he'll want to be top 4 guaranteed, and he will want to win this new European Championship. Like, of course, there's only one other team in it right now, Roma, that can threaten us potentially.
Managed by who?
I think other teams will drop in, right?
Who are they managed by, Roma?
Mourinho. Yeah. Let's go.
You can go back to haunt us, mate.
We can get revenge. Get revenge. Did we fire him? Yeah, we fired him.
We fired him.
Oh, yeah. He's out.
Yeah, he's out.
But he's got some ex-Spurs players there too. Fazio.
Yeah.
We can make. We know how to get past Fazio.
Yeah. But let me put it to you, guys. Even do you remember George, Kevin, and Kudu?
Yes.
Even he won the title with in Turkey, man. Come on.
Besiktas.
I don't know who won
it. This way, every club has players that leave them and win. Barcelona, Antoine Griezmann, he left Barca to win the La Liga, and I mean he left Atletico to win the La Liga.
And Atletico won it. Yeah, it's crazy.
So,
isn't it?
I mean, it's poetic justice in a way. But it's a joke going on now that you need to leave Spurs to win.
I don't know.
But
There was
There
some statistic that 94 players have left Tottenham and actually won something. So we'll wait by that. So listen, guys. Oh, we nearly lost Zach there. Guys, it's been a great show, really. I wanted to thank you very much for taking the time to come on the Spurs 9501 podcast. I hope everybody will watch and subscribe to your channel. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to leave it final word. And what we do, we got a tradition on this. Every time somebody comes on and they leave, they do a come on you Spurs at the end. So BC, just give us your final thoughts, then do a come on you Spurs at the end. And then I'll come to Zach.
Okay, final thoughts of the... Let's do a quick one for the season. It was a horrendous season. But let's move forward. I mean, there are more important things in life to be worried about. The pandemic is real. It's still going on. So stay safe, everyone. Love each other. Mental health. I'm a big advocate of mental health. So if you need someone, if there's something wrong, you feel there's something inside you, speak to someone, talk to someone. You are not alone. There are people who love and care for you.
Yeah,
so,
very good. Thank you.
And of course, we look forward to a very hopefully successful season for Spurs. And success would mean winning the Conference League and top 4.
Yeah, excellent. And you're going to give us a come on you Spurs?
Come on you Spurs!
Excellent. Zach, final thoughts and a come on you Spurs?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on the show.
Most welcome. Well, we want you to come back, Zach. Hopefully, definitely.
Oh, well, thank you. I like being a Canadian fan way out here. I feel pretty alone some days. But anyways, I appreciate it. I had a great time. It's always good seeing BC. I have to do one of my patented Welsh Mafia. Everyone on the channel seems to like that. So I'm hoping Gareth Bale maybe comes back. I don't know. There's rumblings. We'll get into that later. But come on, you Spurs.
Excellent, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And we'll see you on the next podcast. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You've been listening to the Spurs 9501 podcast. Stay in touch, continue the debate, and let us know what you want to discuss by finding us on YouTube. Tune in after the next match day for more insight. Thanks for listening.